Well, good evening again from a nice beach hotel, actually. Well, stage 6 done. And this morning I actually woke up and felt tired. And I could also see at the team, everybody's getting a bit tired. Also, of course, after yesterday's hard stage, it was, pretty much. So today we were actually kind of looking forward for a bit easier stage, but the opposite actually happened. So our goal was try to get in an early break or make the race hard, but it was making it hard by itself. We started pretty fast and there were a lot of attacks, and the climbs in the beginning were stretching out the bunch a lot. And then after the first climbs, they kept attacking. I was in a couple, little breaks, but I think all the teams had the same goal today. Okay, be in a break. And I think the GC riders were trying to probably recover a bit from yesterday. But in the end, we did a good lead out for the Anne and Ruby. And I was in a nice group of the climbs. But then on the top, we passed an ambulance, and then we saw that the crash happened. And I saw Ushka on the ground, and that's always so shit. If you see your teammate and friend on the ground and you actually have to keep going. On this moment, there was an ambulance and the DS was with her. But sometimes I'm I'm just gonna stop and just taking care of her, and I want to know how she is. And because it was in a downhill, and then you're oh, I hope she's okay, because the speed was so high here. And sometimes then you're wondering what am I doing? And then in the downhill, we went fast, and then with all the gaps, and also what happened yesterday with Elisa, and of course also Annemiek, I'm as soon as you start thinking how fast you're actually going and how hard you go to corners, and if you see all the gaps on the road, you're oh shit, this is crazy. But when after the final finish, I went to the bus, and after a while Urshka arrives, and she had some really nasty wounds, but for the rest she was okay. Well, I think it's cycling terms okay, because sometimes I crashed and I went home to my friends from school that I still have, and they were oh my gosh, are you okay? This is horrible. And then I was I finished the race with this. It's just some scratches, it's fine. No, she crashed pretty hard and she felt really bad, and also felt bad for the other girls that crashed. But she will recover. She's gonna go home, so we definitely gonna miss her for the next days. But unfortunately, that's also cycling. And for the rest, we it's counting down now. So tomorrow, another nice hard stage, and then get a plane to the lovely island. So I just packed my bag. I still find it horrible to pack my bag every day, but anyway, so I have to think about okay, I have to pack my stuff for the race, my stuff for after the race, for the travel, and then for that one night in a hotel. And then the stuff is going with the ferry with all our suitcases and stuff, and they are gonna pick us up the next day, and then we're gonna enjoy a lovely rest day. But first, tomorrow. So talk to you again tomorrow, and good night.
We started out this episode with a diary from Nina Kessler after stage 6. So now that we heard that, let's dive into the episode with Hannah and I about stage 7. Thank you so much for listening to the Wheel Talk podcast. Hello, Hannah Barnes, stage 7. 2 more stages to go now that today is over.
Yeah, they've got a nice travel day coming up now.
Yeah, there is no stage tomorrow, Friday. There is a day off, kind of. They're traveling from mainland Italy to Sardinia, so no stage. Nice little break before 2 more days. Interesting.
Yeah, that's what we had last year. We started in Sardinia last year, did 2 stages, and then went to the mainland. So they're just doing it the opposite way. I think I'd rather have it this way around, though. You don't really need a rest day after 2 days.
But how much rest is it really if you're traveling like that much?
I felt we flew, there's a chartered flight. So they'll fly tonight on the chartered flight. And like we did it last year, we flew straight to an airport that was like 10 minutes away from the hotel.
Niamh Fisher-Black checked in after the stage to tell us how she felt about it.
Hey, Niamh here. Checking in about stage 7, Giro Donne. We're just in the car on the way to Genoa Airport because we've got a flight tonight to Sardinia. Today was an up and down day. I expected more up than down. Anna Shackley just said in the front. I expected it to be a little bit harder than it was, but I think Movistar's pretty content with their position, and they sort of kept it at a pace on the climbs that pretty much all their team could stay in the bunch, so they had pretty much full control over the race, which in the end it felt a little bit negative, but especially for me, I wanted it to open up early, then it works a little bit better. But when it was just Shaq and I in the front bunch over the top of the climb, so when you're in that position against a full team of Movistar and Trek almost, more numbers at least, then it's difficult. Especially with so much flat over the top of the climbs today. It felt like a little bit of a strange race. I don't know, it went by quite fast, and then it was back-ended on the final climb. I tried a little bit to attack on the climb, but I wanted to get some time, but I sort of paid the price a little bit too early, I think, and I just couldn't quite follow Annemiek in those front 3, but so partly a little bit disappointed, but I had to try at one point since I had a little bit of a bad start to the tour and I'm so far down on GC, but it's all learning. And so now we have a rest day tomorrow, and very late flight tonight, and apparently Anna just told me that we're having dinner all together as the whole peloton, which would be nice in the airport. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it'll be interesting to see. But anyway, maybe I can check in with you tomorrow, tell you what we get up to on our rest day, but I'm not sure it'll be much, probably just eating and resting. See you then.
So it's not too bad, yeah.
It's not too bad. The only thing is that tomorrow, because the staff, they actually have to do the overnight ferry. So it's not really a rest day for them. But so you get the really nice chilled morning because you don't have your bikes. And then tomorrow afternoon they can go for a ride.
The unsung heroes, the staff who have to drive all over Europe all season long.
I always think that. It's just crazy. They do the ferry, they'll do the ferry tonight, get to Sardinia, and then do 2 stages, and then in 2 days' time get the ferry back to the mainland. They're probably just no.
Today was stage 7, and it was another Annemiek van Vleuten day. She's just racking them up. She did say after the stage that the team's plan was to go for Liana Lippert or Paola Patino. If they were able to get in a break or get up the road, that they could go for the stage win. But if they weren't, that Annemiek could go do her thing on the final 2 climbs, and pretty much that's exactly what happened. And she rode away. She attacked first on the 6-kilometer long climb, got away with Juliette Labus. I always thought it was Lebu because of French, but now I'm hearing it pronounced other ways.
Guess we just have to ask her.
I hate name pronunciations. I'm so bad at them. They're just
Me
the
too.
worst. So Juliet, Gaia Riolini, the three of them got away. They were chased closely by Mavi Garcia, and Niamh Fisher-Black was just kind of tailing off the end of that when Annemiek attacked the first time. And then she attacked again on the climb to the finish and soloed to victory. Juliet was 13 seconds back. Gaia 20 seconds back. And we have an audio diary from Lidl-Trek's Lauretta Hanson after a really good ride by the team today to move Gaia Riolini into third overall.
So I'm just on the bus on the way to Genoa Airport after stage 7 of Giro Donne. We had another really hard day today. Today was another really big GC day with 2,000 metres of climbing. The first one starting 25 k's into the race at 14 kilometres long at an average of 4%. So for a lot of teams it was making sure you had your GC riders in good position going into that first climb, and then it really kicked off from there. But our goal today was to try and get Gaia onto the podium. Like we said, we still had a lot to play for, and that was our plan for today. And it really paid off. She finished third on the stage and is now third on GC. So we're really excited for that. With only two stages left in Sardinia, we're back in contention and really looking forward to fighting for those last 2 stages. Like, I think a lot of riders are taking a big sigh of relief after today's stage. Like, we've kind of got most of the mountains behind us now, and now we've got some really sort of attritional stages in Sardinia. Still like 1,600 meters of climbing each day, but no like super steep mountains or I mean, of course GC comes into every stage, but the next couple of days could be more opportunistic. But with Gaia third on GC, we're looking forward to protecting that and seeing what else we can do in the coming days. But tonight we fly to Olbia, and tomorrow we have a rest day, which some people will be thankful for, others not so much. Like, for some riders, a rest day, your body starts to shut down a little bit and starts to recover, which then when you get back into racing the next day, it takes a little bit to warm up. So for some of us, we really need to do some hard openers tomorrow just to keep the legs ticking over and sort of keep your body in race mode. So it's a rest day, but also not a rest day. And the poor staff, they have to take the ferry across with all the buses and trucks, and the circus rolls on. It's a bit of a mission to get everyone over there. We fly over, spend the night in Olbia, and then get back into racing on Saturday. So looking forward to it. 2 days to go.
And Veronica Ewers, who was second overall going into the stage, ended up finishing 11th. So she dropped down in the general classification. But otherwise, we had Juliet and Gaia go from second and third on the stage to second and third on the GC.
Nice. I was hoping for a breakaway day, but didn't get it.
Saturday.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. 102 victories now. I was thinking on my ride today, I was like, I wonder if like Van Vluten's retiring, but she might just make a comeback every July. She's like, okay, I'll come back every July, just do the Giro and the Tour, and then just retire again. Because
I will believe that Van Vleuten is retiring when we get to like Strade Bianche 2024 and she's not on the start line, and then I'll be like, okay, she retired.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if she does. I mean, she called it really early, I felt. But these kind of races are just for her. Like, her endurance is so good. Like, she hasn't got that kick. Like, when you do the Ardennes, you need to have like the fast accelerations. But these climbs are they're ideal for her. That's where she's time to shine. Yeah,
and I mean, she looks like within the conversation of whether or not she will actually retire, she looks like she's having so much fun still. Like, all of her post-race interviews, she's just smiling from ear to ear. She looks like she's having the time of her life. Yeah, maybe that's because she kind of knows, like, I just need to have fun now. Like, I've got 6 months now, this is my job. And it's a great job. So she's probably just out there just having a great time.
no pressure really. Gets to wear the rainbow jersey for one last time. So yeah, it must be really nice for her she knows that she's going to retire on top. She's retiring, but she's still winning races. And I think that's like just a great way to go out.
It's hard to be able to do that. It's really hard to be able to retire on your own terms, for one, but also retire while you're still winning is like a luxury that not many riders get to.
I mean, just deciding to retire on your own is pretty nice. A lot of riders, it's just the decision's made for them when they can't get a contract. I mean, she's in a unique position where she can line up on a start line and she kind of knows 80% of the time she's going to win, which is mad.
And she was funny today after the race. She said that today was a team effort, not so much the first one, but this one was a team effort.
Oh, that's nice.
Which, like, yeah.
It's like a compliment. It's like saying thanks, but no thanks at the same time.
Yeah. She's very sassy sometimes. Like, she also said she finally got Guy Early in front of her instead of behind her for a change.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, just so sassy.
Yeah, I've never been teammates with Van Vleuten. I've never really spoken to her that much, but yeah, she does come across a bit like that. But you need to be like, when you're like a winner, you need to have some sass. You know, like that's what you need. Like you need to be confident. You need to be self-confident. She's clearly got it.
Yeah, we have it's cool in women's cycling at the moment. We have a lot of really amazing winners that have really amazing personalities. Like Voss is always such a fun rider to watch win because it's like her first win every time.
Yeah.
And like obviously Cecilia Tripp-Ludwig is like a really fun rider to watch win because she's also really emotional and really leaves it all out there when she wins. There's a lot of riders. I think it's cool. It's great for women's cycling that we have that.
Yeah, I think the one for like me is Voss. Like she does cross the line with her arms up. She celebrates like it's the first one. And she's won a lot of races. And I think it just shows that it doesn't matter how many races you've won, doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been in the sport, you still get that buzz from just winning a race. And
she's only got 2 more chances to win a Giro stage this year.
I mean, I said she was going to win the GC.
I mean, you never know. It's Voss. But yeah, definitely not going to take the GC on this one. It's really a battle between kind of the top 10 shifting places at this point. Van Vleuten has almost 4 minutes on Juliet, and then Juliet has half a minute on Gaia Riolini, and then it's another full minute down to Veronica Ewers in 4th. We actually have an audio diary from Veronica, so let's hear that really quick.
Veronica here. After stage 7, currently transferring to the airport to fly to Sardinia. Tomorrow's a rest day, and then 2 lumpy stages on Sardinia. Voice is cracking a bit as I'm trying to fight off some tears. Team did really well today to try and help me keep the podium on GC. And did absolutely everything I could to keep it, but just wasn't strong enough, and not gonna stop fighting, and gonna try and enjoy a rest day, and then fight for it the last 2 days.
And Erica McNulty moved into 5th. There was a couple just shifts. Mavi Garcia lost 2 places, so she's in 7th. Niamh Fisher-Black jumped up to 8th, and St. Esteban dropped to 10th. So just kind of some shuffling of the top 10 in the GC. Mm-hmm. But it's all very spread out at this point. There's pretty much just there's 2 seconds between McNulty and Ewers for 4th and 5th. And I think that's pretty much the closest gap. Mavi Garcia and Cecilia Tripp-Ludwig are pretty close, but at that point, it's you're down to 6 minutes behind Van Vleuten.
I really just want some breakaway days. And Sardinia last year was really nice, and I think I reckon. Well, I keep predicting it wrong though. It's so hard. This year I've struggled. Last year was pretty easy to predict. The stages were quite straightforward. But
I did text you before each stage last year, I'm pretty sure, and ask you what was going to happen because you were really good at predicting it.
Yeah, like there were stages where I just nailed it. And this year it's just, I don't know if it's just because I'm not there. Like you just don't have that feel of being in the peloton and like seeing what everyone's doing, what the team's kind of doing.
Apparently the feel in the peloton has been one of general frustration and just speed. Audrey Cordon-Ragot said before the stage that it was really frustrating for anyone who wasn't on one of the big teams because Movistar isn't really allowing anyone to get away. So it's been hard for anyone to get in the breakaway because Movistar is just welding everything back together every time something goes up the road.
Yeah.
Or keeping things on a really short leash. So the whole race, and I wonder if it's partially because the stages have been pretty short at this Giro. It's been a really, really fast race all week.
I mean, those kind of race tactics, they frustrate me so much. Like they've got 4 minutes to play with. Like they can let a break. Potentially they can let a break get 6 minutes if it's the right people in it. But yeah, you don't need to just jump on everything.
They just want to win every stage. They've gotten 3 of 7, so they're on a pretty good streak.
Yeah, I know, but like,
it's not like
it's like
it doesn't make for inspiring.
And, yeah, but you're winning 3 stages with the same rider. Like maybe the next 2 stages, let Floortje go in the break. You know, she's been your teammate. She's helped you for the last 6 stages. Just be like, okay, I'm pretty confident I've got the GC wrapped up now. Girls, go and have fun. Go race. That's what I'd like to see anyway. Who knows what it will happen. But instead of them just killing it and jumping straight on it and chasing it down, just get in it. Try and win a stage.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously we don't see the early stages of the race, so we don't see those early breaks, but I find it hard to believe that Guy Riolini is trying to jump in an early break. So why?
There's sometimes I can feel, I'm pleased I'm not there anymore after hearing that. just those kind of race tactics, they just blow my mind sometimes, that you can just not let anything go. I don't know if it's you just need a little bit more confidence in your teammates and yourself. Just you can have it all under control.
Yeah, 2 days in a row, she's kind of dissed her teammates a little bit without meaning to, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I do think the next 2, there's very little place for any. It's not gonna. Neither stage will be for Lorena Wiebes because she went home ahead of the 7th stage to focus on the Tour de France Femme avec Zwift. So no more victories from her at the Giro Donne, but I think that she can be happy with the victory, and then stage 6 is just amazing second place. But yeah, it could be tomorrow. Saturday could be a breakaway. There's only one categorized climb. It's a Cat 3, 9.8 kilometers long, but averages 3%. So it's really a gradual slog. It's not something that's going to break the peloton apart, and it's not close to the end enough that it's going to make a massive difference. It might be a reduced sprint. It might finally be a Vos day, but I don't know. My gut tells me that the breakaway will take it.
Yeah, I think there could be potentially 2 breakaway days coming up. But maybe
it's been such a hard race so far this week that I think that a lot of people will be happy to let it be a breakaway day.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think Sunday could potentially be I mean, they're both very similar. They're both 126 kilometers with 1,600 meters of climbing. So they're really similar, but it's just how the elevation is over the stages are quite different.
Well, we'll talk about Sunday on Saturday.
Yeah.
After stage 8. Hannah, thanks so much for your time.